I need you to stop wearing headphones. Years ago, I had a pair of Bluetooth earbuds and I stepped on them at the gym. From then on, my relationship with earphones changed forever. I was too cheap to buy another pair, and I didn't have any corded ones. So I just decided I'm just gonna stop listening to stuff. I'm a huge runner, and at the time, whenever I would go for runs, I would queue up my songs. I'd queue up a podcast. I would queue up things to just listen to. And the moment I broke my earbuds, I was forced to now just listen to my thoughts. What a novel concept, I tell you. That first couple runs or gym sessions, whatever, without earbuds was probably the weirdest sensation I've experienced. I was like, what am I doing? I felt like I needed to be listening to something to engage in my workout. But slowly, I started to really appreciate just being engaged in my surroundings as I ran, being able to listen to my feet hit the gravel as I moved forward, to notice things around me more clearly with intention. And honestly, breaking my earbuds opened me up to actually experience the world again through a completely different set of eyes. Because for many people, and as myself before, even during walks or maybe you're traveling on transit or in your car even, you're listening to something. So suppose you're walking, you're going to work, you're going to school, you're always listening to something, music, a podcast, an audiobook to keep yourself entertained. All it's doing is distracting you from actually connecting to the world around you. We long for such connection, and we worry that we feel that ourselves slipping away from just life. But we're just perpetuating it further by only navigating the world in such a closed box. Like we have our earbuds in, a sensory input going through our ears. We are then thinking about the stuff, so we're not even thinking about the surroundings that we're in. That means we're not even engaged in what others maybe are doing around us, what things are happening. Maybe something goofy on the street happened, and you just want to, you don't like necessarily smile at a stranger. The other day when I was walking, I don't walk with earbuds anymore. It's a foreign concept to me. Maybe very rarely if it's something I really want to listen to, but I walk for about 2 hours a day, an hour to work, an hour from work, and I just, no music, no external stimulation, and it has completely changed my entire life. I feel engaged with my surroundings. There was a time, for instance, where, I don't know, I'm walking on the street and I see it's like winter time and this car's this big like delivery car. It's like a beefcake of a car that's like just fucked. Like the snow, it can't get out. It is just like skirting all over the place, and I don't know. And I mean, maybe I could have helped the guy, but I think it was too big of a car for me to even push anyway, or vehicle to push. But I remember just, locking eyes with a stranger from across the way, and we just giggled and laughed to each other, and we like said like some quips back and forth. And, it's just nice to have a feeling that you're engaged in your surroundings and can connect with the people that are also seeing the very thing that you're witnessing. And that is completely lost when you have your earphones in and the only world that you're focusing on is the world that's being streamed to your ears. Recently I went to like Rona to get some equipment, and I don't have earbuds in or whatever, and it was just fun to walk around and look, and then I see this dude in the store with this like crazy transportation contraption, and I'm like, that's interesting. And then I struck up a conversation. I asked him about it. I was like, what is that thing? And we had like a nice friendly conversation, and it felt good. It felt good to connect with the world around me instead of just, again, connecting to my own bubble. We long for the connection, but we're depriving ourselves from it at every turn. And I think the simplest and easiest thing that you can do is to just walk without earphones. Do activities without earphones. You're like, don't even listen to something. Like even like if you're going for a walk, what I mean is just don't listen to your phone or anything streamed. Just listen to the world around you. Listen to your thoughts finally. You know how long your brain has been waiting for you to listen to its thoughts? It's been waiting for so long, but you keep putting it off with constant stimulation, with another podcast, another thing to listen to. When are you going to listen to your own self for a change? What it's trying to tell you. I know it's going to feel weird. It felt so weird for me the first time I started running without music and whatnot, but you just get used to it like anything, and you grow to love it, and your brain starts to appreciate it because it can actually process the thoughts it needs to have throughout the day versus processing them all at the end of the day when you're trying to go to sleep and you finally disconnect from technology. If I'm a betting man, that's probably why you have terrible sleeps. One of the reasons. Because the only time you're processing any thought is at bedtime. So I encourage you, try to walk around, live your life without this constant streaming of information to your ears. Be engaged with your surroundings and just look, notice, think about your thoughts. It'll be uncomfortable, but your brain will like it. And the more you do it, the easier your life will become, because you can start to think about the thing that you want to accomplish, how you're going to do it. And if there are all these like passive moments throughout the day, when I'm cooking, I don't know what it is, but I've took it to quite an extreme now. And it's just very natural because it feels good to be connected with what I'm doing. When I'm cooking now, I can't even listen to music or anything. I'm just completely entranced with the activity that I'm actually doing and engaged. I'm in this like flow state When I'm running, I don't listen to anything. I did a marathon very recently. No music needed. Just listen to your thoughts, your own feelings of the body and the world around you. The world around you is so interesting and it's waiting for you to discover it. But you have to be willing to put aside the technology the technology that's distracting you from it. And I think a bigger conversation around technology and how it's distracting you from the world can be had. But a good consideration in that realm is like the earphones, the earbuds. I do think there could be a time and place for them. For instance, I went along this journey and I still actually enjoy whenever I lift weights to listen to some music. I think it's actually nice because the environment is indoors and pretty chaotic itself. But when I'm outside in nature, it just doesn't feel right anymore. Why would I want to disconnect myself from that world? Especially because I crave to be connected to it. It's very contradictory. So I would encourage you to give it a shot. Listen to your thoughts every once in a while and maybe engage with a stranger because you are more engaged with your surroundings. It completely changed my outlook on life and just everything. It was a huge contributing factor. So, in fact, I am very, very glad and grateful that I did break my earbuds, that I did break my earphones. Because if I didn't, who knows, I'll probably would have still been listening to some stuff. But I'm Matthew. Enjoy. I hope you can find some more clarity in life from listening to yourself